Alright, it's been a while. I think I'm here though. I should probably let my Discord know. Probably is a good idea. I could add myself. I don't think that would help. Alright. I think that's good. I'm not going to add everyone since this isn't a crazy thing here. Man, am I off my rocker? What am I doing? Okay. Alright, hello. We're here. It's another day. Where do I want to start? Man, that's a good question. So it's been like a month, I think, at least, since I've last streamed. I've worked on Jump Off the Bridge a little bit. I'm going to show you that stuff in a second. I suppose I should take the opportunity to talk a little bit about my life. I have been spending a lot of time doing, I guess, like self-work. Trying to figure out what my motivations are and sometimes why I don't seem to have motivation, as well as procrastination and other things like that. And it's been fairly fruitful. I've been reading Man and His Symbols by Carl Jung, which I quite liked. I guess I'll show it to you. I spent a lot of time each morning recording all of my dreams. I don't know if you can see it, but this is like part 2 of my dream. There's part 1. Trying to go into depth to figure out who I am and what I want. Also, I have been reading a book called Writing on Both Sides of the Brain by Henrietta Klauser, which I found at a Salvation Army. That has been fairly fruitful in not only writing, because it is primarily a book about creative writing, but it also explains like this concept of like the critic in your head, which is something you can overcome, which a lot of the self-help and philosophical books I've read seem to do that. So this is just another one as another tool to consider it. And she offers a lot of tools that are pretty interesting. One of the most interesting things is this concept of branching, which I guess we can do it really quick. Why not? We'll learn something together. The basic concept of branching, which she talks about in her book, is that you start off with like, an idea in the center. So for this, we can do something like procrastination. And rather than a linear outline, which suffers from the concept of having this go from start to finish and in sequential order, which prevents you from not only does it prevent you from having anything other than ideas within the literal linear order, which means each thing has to precede each other, which means like A has to flow into B, B has to flow into C, etc. The branching technique allows you to do like any way you want. So theoretically, you could do something like, I guess I like the brush more. Like you go out here and you could say like, okay, my first branch is going to be like why? Like why do I procrastinate? And then you can go off of that. On top of that, you could say something like dopamine. This is really hard to write. Let's just use text. I don't know why we have the big font here. Dopamine. You could branch off here as well. You could say something like family or social relationships. And then we could branch off of here again as well. And even do something like stress / mental state or something. And essentially you just like keep building it up. And the whole point is to do it like without judgment. so that you allow your brain to make the connections. And the reason that the branching process works so cool is because once you have like multiple branches, you can really start wherever you want. Like you're always going from outward into all these different things, and then you're going back to the center. So it's never about like going from start to finish, like you would in a sequential outline. You're instead going out start to finish. And it doesn't even have to be something about procrastination. You can do this about any topic, and you can use it in a wide variety of ways. But they found, at least this book is from the 80s or 90s, so this isn't something I learned about in school. I've heard other people talk about the concept of like cloud mapping and things like that, but I thought it was pretty useful. So I've been using that a little bit. I'll probably use it to design some sort of level at some point, because it seems like a much more efficient thing than my previous, which I guess I can show you that too. Sorry, I'm looking at my other monitor. So I have a big document that goes from start to finish of all the things that I need to do and the ideas I have for every level. At least some I do, some I don't. And things like that. But I always found that the linear outline thing, it doesn't really work for me as well as I'd like it to. So, whatever the case, there is that. So we're going to try branching. We'll see if that works. As for how my life is doing, I'd say pretty good. Overall, I feel better. I feel like I was actually able to get some work done that I'm quite happy with. At least recently, the last 2 days, after recording my dreams and trying to figure things out from there, and engaging with the like subconscious aspect of myself, I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like something that I have lacked in my life is like the sense of control, and I feel like as I continue to do things that are, I guess I can make better choices, basically, is what I feel like I'm able to do. I feel like my whole time I've been like focused on like trying to please other people, which is why I haven't made progress in my game, because I'm not like expressing myself. And so like something I've been working with is like this idea of like my validation can come internally rather than externally. I do feel like there are aspects, like I feel like I have a lot of motivation when I do something for my game that I really want to do and not do something just to placate other people. I mean, obviously that you know, there are times when that has to happen, right? Like you have to do things you don't want to, and sometimes it's like translations, because even then, I mean, there's justification for wanting to do them. Or like, you know, some of the most boring work I've done on Jump Off the Bridge was getting like the controller and stuff to work. God, those menus were nightmares. I quite hated that. I still don't like it too. I think that's my problem with it. I think if I had come up with a solution I'd liked, I would have been happier with it. But even the menus, I don't like how they work. I find that I don't know. I guess it's okay. It could be better though. There's something about it that just doesn't work right. I'll figure it out. But I guess maybe I'm just judging myself too harshly. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's that critic in my brain talking to me again. Chronically becoming a fault finder instead of a good finder. But whatever the case. So I've been doing a lot of work on stuff. I have some things I'm quite proud of that I like that I'm doing. So, I forgot to mention, 2 days ago, so not only 2 days ago did I finally start doing some work that I was quite happy with, but we went to the store and to get some food, and then afterwards I got rear-ended, which was fun. So my head still hurts a little bit from the whiplash, but I'm just going to leave the car out of commission for now. I've decided to just cancel my insurance and deal without a car for a bit. So we'll see how that goes. I've done it before, temporarily for a few months while the engine was literally falling through it. So we'll figure it out again. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, other than that, I think that talks about where I'm at. Did I cover everything? Can always ride me, Cody. Damn straight I can, bro. No homo, obviously, unless that's what you want. That's fine. No, it was pretty good. Hi, Billy. How you doing, man? Speaking of chatters, I see, yo, Teitoku, a month ago, you wrote me your idea from you said in regards to the magic tower and the blood mechanics, the bashing in the walls can be construed as promoting self-harm. I completely agree with you. I know I only hearted it, but I did actually take what you said into consideration. I started to change the process of that level. Yeah, I'll show you. If I can find it. Why is it up here? Okay. I started to change it to like a slime splatter because I do agree. I didn't want to like promote self-harm. That's kind of the antithesis of this game. It's like paradoxically seen as self-harm and then doing something different. And then I also had a slime streak. I haven't figured out how I want to implement it yet, but I did start on that. So we are making progress. So thank you for your suggestion. I do think it's more in line. Dude, you moved to Alaska? I think I saw some photos, bro. Did you do the pod today? No, I did it yesterday. I will I'll upload those too, and I'm like 3 behind, so you'll have to wait. Actually, you can harp on Sam to get out the thumbnails and then we can go from there. But regardless, dude, Alaska, man. That's quite a place. I was considering that myself at some point just because of the cabin. Is it weird to call it cabin fever? Like to have an interest in living in the woods in a cabin? I don't know. Maybe. I did watch a video by Exerbia that was talking about why the answer isn't a cabin in the woods, and I think he was pretty right about his assessment that life should be like more about play rather than. Well, I guess that's the end of the video, but you can watch it if you want to. It's pretty interesting. It was on his second channel. It's like the guy with the turtle. I'm sure you've seen him before. But man, dude, Alaska seems cold. But suffering makes us better, so. Just a call of nature. That's pretty good. Are you hunting up there, man? What are you doing? Got a forage for food in the Alaskan wilderness? That sounds pretty good. As for jump off the bridge, here, let's get into some of the stuff. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So let's see. I honestly cannot remember where I left off on the Magic Tower, but here it is in this current iteration. Getting a house, you're always welcome. I'm gonna come visit you, brother. After I don't have a car, it got smashed in by a miner, so we're gonna deal without it for a bit. So maybe when I get some funds, I'll come up there and visit you. I started the sword mechanic of like picking up items, which, as you can see in the top left, increases your attack bonus, which also reduces the bonus of the other stuff. The throw doesn't currently work because it's obviously programmed for the rest to jump off the bridge at this moment, but I do have it in, and then obviously you can fight the guys accordingly. I like the idea of durability. I like the idea of the speed you have affecting like your damage. I'll have to make the sword actually fly out of the hands. I was trying to play with the slime trails, but it's a little awkward. I don't know quite how to do it yet with this current programming since it's like grid based and I've been working in platformer the whole time, but I'll figure it out. And honestly, more of my work has been on, oh no, the sword is still there. Okay, we have a persistent sword existing in reality. You're just gonna have to ignore it. I've been working a lot on this level. So I added some cars here, the red trucks, and then in the red trucks I added like a rake that you could pick up. Let's try this again, because I wanted some way for like the player to be able to defeat these guys on top. It's not implemented currently, but I was thinking of some other items that I could put in the back of the truck that could be used. But then my brain was like, dude, you have a rake. You know what rakes are good comedy for? That's right, tripping on them. So I gotta make a stun animation. Currently, right now, it flies up and hits you, and you can't move for a couple of seconds, but I thought that was a really hilarious idea. I'm not sure how much the player will possibly encounter it, but I think it'd be pretty good. I remember this concept from beta pre-release. Yep. Yeah, dude. It's been forever. How are you doing, Matt? It's been a long time since I've talked to you. The 9/11 level coming? That's a good question, Jacob. I don't know. I don't think I can do a 9/11 level. I have a tower level. That's one tower. I don't know if I can do the rest. Yeah, dude. Yeah, honestly, we've come a long way. I guess I'll just scroll through some of the levels real quick I'm working on. We got this bomber level for anybody that hasn't seen it, where you have to play red light, green light with the bomber and talk to him in order to get up to him to take his thing away from him so he doesn't blow up the bridge, which is a pretty funny idea. It was actually suggested by Taitoku, which is amazing. And so you gotta try to get off the bridge before he detonates it because he's a suicide bomber. Then I also have the banana level, which is literally just a bunch of bananas that are actually, hold on, I can't do this with this sword. It's tilting me. The sword is sending me over the edge. Working nonstop, constantly intoxicated, trying to cope, but I might take a vacation to Miami to score some coke and gamble. Are you serious about the vacation and not the coke and gamble? Or are you serious about both? Oh man, what are you working nowadays? What are you doing? I remember last time you were at some kind of factory or something. You just still there? I remember you arguing with some guy about Bloom and video games. It seems like quite a bit. 50% about it. Dude, Miami sunlight, man. That's some good vitamin D. You could, I think we could all use that after Michigan winter. Come on, man. Still working at the place. Makes sense. It's the grind, dude, for sure. Holy shit. I have to say I'm having more fun lately, though, so I can't complain. Even after getting rear-ended. We have the Hopeless Romantic as well, which continually tries to give you his heavy heart that you have to avoid. I got some kind of music I'm going to do with it, but I haven't liked how it turned out so far. But maybe I'm just being too critical. Maybe I got to stop being a perfectionist and my life would come together. So that'll be pretty good. What else do we have? We have the second Hopeless Romantic level, which I think I just have the basics in, which is him throwing a heart at you. Yeah, I don't have anything else after that. I was working on this bongo level where you have to avoid barrels. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's something. Have a cane that you can hit stuff with. I'm honestly not sure how I feel about it. I like the general concept, but we're going to work on it. Maybe you can beat the banana level. You definitely can beat the banana level because you can't die in the banana level. There's no death. It's just platforming, which is kind of a troll. But it's a friendly level. It needs Donkey Kong Spring. You mean the... You're just talking about, is that a character? Are you talking about it needs some aspect of Donkey Kong Spring? Oh, you can die. It's true. You'll find a way. 75-meter spring. Trust me. I'm sure you'll find a way to die, which, that's a creative skill in and of itself, Billy. You shouldn't diss that at all. Then I have this weird tree level where if you try to jump off, this pigeon prevents you until you feed him. And then after you feed him, he flies away and calls his brothers. And the tree gets more pissed off if the music stops. But if you don't feed his brothers, then they just push you back up on the bridge and you have to deal with more of it. Which is pretty good. Pretty solid. Level 3 of Donkey Kong. Okay, I'll look that up later. And I have this bird that tells me to fear absolution. And honestly, I like the idea of a desert, but I don't like this current desert setup I've had. I've had this for a long time. There's got to be something better. I was going to do a Dig Dug level, but I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something else out. I'm going to have to go into my brain, meditate, and figure out what I actually want to accomplish. Then I have the Deathworm level, which is a Pang parody from my childhood. Deathworm is this game on like yo-yo games where you'd play a giant worm and you have to eat as many people on the surface as you could. But then I decided, hey, why don't I put that with Pang? I really like Pang because I was reading it in some Japanese game design book that I thought was pretty interesting. It was called like Game Developers of Japan, and the licensor was talking about Pang, something like that. I don't know how I want to do it yet, but I'm sure you guys know what Pang is. Sandworm level. Yeah, you're talking about Sandworm from Dune. I haven't read Dune. You're gonna have to summarize that for me, or I guess I can ask ChatGPT to summarize it for me. Then we got a couple more hopeless romantic levels. I don't think those are done. The God of Scales. I was going to do some kind of level where you got to figure out a scale puzzle. I have some jokes written out for it, but we'll see how that goes. And I really wanted some like TV thing that was making fun of TV. So I have the first scene for the TV, which is the political debate, which I don't know if I've showed you guys, but this is what I was working on as well. The idea is that there's this guy that's like constantly changing the channels, and that the channels are playing out up here, and you have to go through each one. So I started with the first one, political debate, and I will finish that soon. And I have a cave level. I like the concept of entering the cave and having only a lantern. It's kind of hard to see. And then there's geese that steal your lantern. I don't know, man. Is that really where we want to go with that level? Well, that's the wrong thing. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it is. And I have my circus level where you can't avoid the ball. Oh, never mind. I have a clown with a shirt off, but maybe I'm just copying the Time Wizard too much. Maybe I need to be more creative. Mario level, where getting fat is how you lose. And everything's a troll. Clown with a massive bulge. That's an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea. Rises to power through Jan, tries to change the future as the ruler of the galaxy, but only causes the future that he sees equals Dune. Is that actually the plot of Dune? I'd be really curious. I heard it was a good series, but there's like a bunch of books. I wasn't sure if I wanted to read any of them. Dog, what am I doing? Who programmed this game? What the? Okay, well. Castle parody of Mario? I don't know. Maybe. Anime, manga level? I don't know why I appeared here. Level that's another troll. Turns into a vertical shooter. What do I want to shoot? I don't know. Level about depression. Where you can't jump off the bridge because you're too depressed and you have to water the plants with your depression. Symbolic? You're damn straight it is. Self-help? Definitely. The falling animation is great. I figured you'd like that one. It's pretty creative. The white rabbits, honestly. There's something there I gotta figure out too. Baby dragon? That's even harder than the normal dragon. If you hold your thing for too long, you burn. I just gotta make this harder than the normal base dragon. That's what I gotta do. That'll be pretty simple. Level where you have to confront the fear of aging while literally aging from baby. And you have to go work the line in the factory in order to make money from the greedy hand that gives you money. Oh man, I fucked up, dude. I'm getting punished. And after you get paid, you can take your money and go to the grocery store and buy the same slop that you were putting out. You're a child, so you can't reach the actual good food, which is how they advertise food. You can work on your gains, which can make you stronger. Or you can get stuck in social situations you can't get out of because you're a child and you haven't aged far enough to deal with it. It's pretty good, honestly. There's a lot going on there. That level is rife with symbolism. I got 2 more levels I don't think I have any progress on. That I have no progress on. My religious level, not really sure what I want to do with it yet. One of his sheep is lost though and heading in the wrong direction. You know what that means? It's another fetch quest. But you can't go anywhere. I don't know what you're WTFing. I'm moving too fast. But there's a lost sheep. We got to get one. That's where we got to have our faith. So I got to figure something out. I can't fathom what it's like to be having brain your dude. If it worked all the time, I could tell you. But We'll see. Yeah, the baby level is pretty good. It actually does go through all the ages too. Sorry. Um, I will stay on it longer so you can see it. I also have like the whole idea for the level, which if you're interested in it, what I have is like the sign of the Ankh, which is like the sign of life. And so your goal is because like through life, if you have a fear of aging, your like goal is to like build your path essentially. And so as like a baby, you can't really work that fast to build your path. But you can do child labor, which they allow, so you can make money because the world is completely okay with that. And then after you make your money, you can buy food, which you can use to keep your food stat up. You have 0 strength because you're a child. The top number is like the year old that you are. And then your hearts is like your relationship thing, because the more you isolate yourself, the more you need relationships to help yourself. And then this is the nature door. You can go out in nature, which will restore your relationship meter as well, similar to how, whatever having a relationship does. If you fall in the water, you'll die. I don't know why that's brown. You can eat worms and pick berries as well for food, foraging straight from the source. You can also eat broccoli, which will make you stronger. And if you get strong enough, you'll become a Chad of the master race. And then you can build your path even faster. And then there are things preventing you from building your path, like fire and crows. But you can always leave and come back to reset. You can engage with your path at any time. And your goal is to eventually, even with the crows and the snakes, which all take different things from you, is to eventually get up to the pearly gates. I'm getting crushed in the wall by this fucking elephant. Hold on, we gotta come back, guys. And the time wizard, the element of time, which is constantly pervasive, does prevent you from getting on your path. But then you gotta get to the pearly gates, and after you do, you beat your first fear. I got a lot more to work with that, but it is a whole separate game. That level is a separate game, which is kind of what I liked about it in the first place. And I've been working on, like I said, the old original jump off the bridge level, where you had to fall off these things. I guess I can pull that up, I think. Yeah, jump off the bridge version 1, baby. Here's the original game. Oh, man. It's like 15 frames a second. I don't know why. So you can see I kept some of the similar elements. I tried to keep the bridge the same, just improve it. I do have the pelicans and everything. They're just turned off right now. As well, I have this blue car sprite. And your goal is to get down there. In this level, though, you jump on the cars. But I felt like that was too much like Mario. And I wanted to do something that was more in the spirit of jump off the bridge. So, that's why I have them jackhammer it instead this time. And then there are going to be things that you can do to kill them. And go from there. So, yeah, I might add some other elements to it. I do have the... Actually, why don't I show you? Why don't we put it all together right now, live? You're going to love this. It's going to take me a second, though. I got to get through my menus. Alright, we have the old style jump off the bridge. We have the spawner. Let's turn on the spawner for everything so you can see. Whoop, you can see everything in its full glory. So we have the pelicans. We have the semi-truck, the workers. Do we have the normal truck too? Oh, here's cars. Okay. GameMaker recently had an amazing update, which has definitely helped my motivation quite a bit, and it has allowed me to only compile things if I change, like for instance, if I just change sprites and I compile it, it only compiles the sprites, so I don't have to wait like really long times for it to compile anymore, which has been really nice. Well, you have a journalism mode for people who just want to enjoy the surreal experience. Yeah, I do have an idea for doing some kind of mode, not specifically like for journalists, but I do have an idea of like doing some sort of mode where I have like developer commentary, and so you can just kind of walk through the game and like get some of the symbolism and understand it without having to complete it all. But I don't know how I want to do that, because I think a lot of the experience comes from the suffering through the game. So I might do that as like a reward for people who suffer through the entire game, but I also want to have some sort of options for people to be able to, go through the game easier, or just, if they're curious enough and try different things. A Billy mode. Yeah, a Billy mode. We could do that too. I could just do lengthy seminars where I give PowerPoint presentations and talk about each of these. That could potentially work too for Billy mode. You will pay for Billy mode. All right, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep you on the roster for it. I also was working on a Lemmings version where essentially you have to give your guys skills in order to like mine through all of the map in order to get them to jump off the bridge. So I have the skills, like I have the buttons in there. I have like the concept of like the breaking the walls, which I'll have to work on to give them actual skills. But it'll be like a little bit antithetical to Lemmings, but it'll still be pretty funny. So I'll do that. But yes, and you have to get all your lives to jump off the bridge. And the storks bring them in, as is natural. That's how childbirth happens. The stork drops the baby off, and it turns into a full-grown man. I don't see anybody debating me in chat, so this is exactly how it works. And then also, then I have the magic tower level, which I'm currently still working on too. I mean, everything's work in progress, I guess. Oh man, the sword again. I'm trolling myself. I gotta fix that. I gotta make a note. I'll put it somewhere. I'll remember. If not, I'll figure it out. But, yeah. Then the other thing I was working on is, I really, felt impassioned by this idea of, like, the first level is kind of just like, it tells you the goal, but if you decide to do something else, there's, like, different actions that can happen. And so I started with the wise old man, which I'm gonna do. I have like a dialogue tree kind of so far. I don't know if I want to do a character portrait for him, but I have some concepts that I want to play with here. Then I have this concept of like the cave that I want to deal with, which is like the idea of like the hero entering like the innermost cave of himself to overcome like aspects that are in the dark, essentially. And for me personally, something that I was confronting with is like this concept of like the overdeveloped persona, which is why I have like this monster here. So I'm gonna work on that concept a little bit more, and then go from there. But yeah, I think that's what I got. And I also have the speaking of gambling, since Matt mentioned gambling, I was working on the I still have her. I can't put her down. Okay, well, we're keeping her with us for now. Oh, it changes my jump height. Well, anyways, I had this concept of the money thing, which I'm going to work on, and then the horse races. So I'm going to do something like that. Imagine this game in 10 years. Yeah, if I get my shit together, imagine this game in 1 year. Nah, maybe I'm being too quick. It's not about the end goal. It's just about the journey. That's what my problem is. I keep focusing on that end. I think you really just got to focus on doing what you like. I think that's my problem, is I keep focusing on like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool if I do this, or like that's going to be cool if I do that. But in the end, like the fun comes from just doing it. I mean, none of this shit would be fun. I don't think I would have finished any of it if I constantly kept thinking of the goal. It was more just like, hey, this is like really funny to do, sort of thing. It's kind of funny to hold her while I'm trying to play golf too, but yeah, I don't know. If I keep working on this, we'll see where it goes. We can go anywhere, though. The sky's the limit. Pretty good. You think you can make a demo for some sort of financial promotion? Yeah, I've considered that. People were talking about doing a demo, or suggesting that I should do a demo. I think I probably will at some point, but it'll be later when I'm done. Um, or by done, I just mean like having more of the stuff, more of the levels in. I mean, even this, I've been working on this for like over 10 months with these like 30 some levels or something like that, and I haven't pushed an update in a really long time. So I think tomorrow, since it's my 4-year anniversary, I'm going to do a teaser where I take a bunch of GIFs of all of these things and post them. Hopefully people will like that. So anybody that's not in the Discord can see what I've been working on and just, touch base. Let them know that I'm still working on it, I guess. And go from there. I still have a commission to do, which I got the first part of it up front last year. And so I want to finish that this year. It's one of my big goals. But that should be fun too. And I think we'll be pretty good. Maybe I can get some of the other stuff. Have fun with it. But I just gotta remember it's all about play, not the end goal. So, a handgun promotion. You lock people in a room with the game and a gun. They have to finish the game or die. Can you jump off the bridge? That's an interesting idea. But doesn't that sound like it promotes violence? Escape the Matrix. I do like the idea of subjecting a bunch of people to the game and then giving them a prize if they beat it. I think that could be a really cool way of promotion. Something I really like when I think back to it is the Atari games have this really old competition for the what do you call it? It was a competition for Waterworld. No, Waterworld was the one they didn't release, but it was these old Atari games, and they had a competition inside of it to, like, if you could beat it and mail in like a secret code, then you'd get like a prize. And the prize was like a physical piece of like jewelry, like it was either a grail or it was a sword or like a crown. I think one of them was like an amulet or something. I don't remember fully. But I like the idea of doing like a mail order thing where I keep a secret in the game and people have to figure out what it is. Like, oh yeah, dude, if you go to the X level and do X thing, then you'll get a code, and that code will go to a website, and that website will give you a zip file, and that zip file will unlock to give you a video that's very cryptic, and in talking in tongues in a dark room with candles lit, and then after that, like, that could be pretty good. Yeah, you've heard the Atari thing. I don't remember what it was called. I'll look it up though. Atari. Water World competition. Desert Bush homage. That's an interesting idea too. Wait, Sword Quest? No. Was it Sword Quest? Yeah, these were like one of the prizes. It was like a sword. Yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd did a video on it. Sword Quest, I guess that's what it was. Oh yeah, Sword Quest prizes. What am I doing? Yeah, they have these different prizes. And they were like actual gold too. I don't think they ever made the Philosopher's Stone, but they did do the other aspects of it. So that was pretty cool. I think you need to change the guy into a whale and do an underwater level, and then the game will really take off. People love whales. It's true. People do love whales. Honestly, I do want to do some kind of enter the belly of the whale level, but I have not read the story, so I don't know. Desert Bus homage, though? That could be a funny idea. How would I do a bridge in that, Teitoku? You got to have an idea for that. A bridge and desert bus? Port to phone and Xbox. I'd love to play with my keyboard. Yeah, I do want to do that, and I have the stuff to do it, but I do have the gamepad in there. The gamepad does work. You can play with the gamepad. You can play with an Xbox controller too if you hook it up. In fact, the whole game can be played with a gamepad. I was just complaining about how difficult that was earlier. But it's in here. Okay? So if that's stopping you from completing this level where you don't break any of the pots at all, otherwise this man over to the right gets angry, then just do it. Yeah, dude. What are you doing? Just plug in the controller. That was years ago I did that. I'll give you the date. Let me find it for you. Oh, God. It's been forever since I've done an update. It doesn't actually show it in here. Cringe? News? Oh, yeah, baby. Let's see. I did that. I'm pretty sure one of these early versions I did the... Yeah, gamepad support. Look at that. 2020, dude. No swear I tried. Oh my goodness, brother. You better come back to this post and like it. That's what I want you to do. All the way back. April 19th, 2020. Man, what was I doing 3 years ago? This, I guess. What am I even asking that for? I was doing that 3 years ago. Yeah, then my last update, wow, it was almost pretty much... Dude, if I release the update on May 23rd, it'll be a year. That's what I need to do. That's right, I forgot. We did have a plague. We're in a post-era. I'm not going to say the word. Don't say the word in chat, guys. We're going to get banned. I forgot that even happened. I'm trying to just move past it. My therapist keeps telling me it didn't happen. But I still suffer from the trauma. Yeah, dude, isolationism, that was pretty good. That's exactly what we were doing 2 years ago. Alright, well, it sounds like, so I gotta do an anniversary teaser. Tater is not your therapist. Unpaid child. Hey, I don't... You're talking about dogs, they're man's therapist as far as I'm concerned. Nothing gets you outside and touching grass faster than having a dog that wants to play. So for all you people out there, if you need advice about a reason to go outside and touch grass, that's it. Yeah, you can say that all you want, but he's the son of anybody that gives him food, so. But yeah, dude, that's it. That's the wrap. That's pretty much all I got. Does anybody else want something? Yeah, dude. Definitely go do something. Dude, what? Definitely gotta go. What are you doing? You going to work? Come on, man. No, dude. Have a good day. Maybe I'll do something with Desert Bus. I don't know. I gotta see if I feel passionate enough about it, dude. I mean, how does jump off the bridge relate to Desert Bus, honestly? Now, see, this is my people pleasing come in again. I don't care what you people want. I gotta do what I want. I guess it is a desert idea, though. I don't know. I'll keep it in the brain. It's in there. I can't say I'm going to do it because if I did say that, then I'd never get it done. So I need to find the muses. The ones in my head. They're telling me to continue doing this rake trap. That's what they want. They want to see me smack myself with a rake and be temporarily stunned while a bunch of cars... Oh, that's what I was going to show you guys. What am I doing? I was going to show you all the cars together. Look at, here's what it looks like in this full level capacity right now. There might be too many cars, I'm going to be honest. There might be way too many cars. I don't know how anybody's supposed to beat this. It honestly might be too challenging. I suppose this level could have a whale, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, I'm getting some glitches, but... You know, this game is glitchy, so... Oh my god. Man, I'm losing my train of thought. I completely forgot I was intending on showing this to you guys. What am I doing? I feel like this level needs one more enemy type. And it cannot be a car. I'm sure I'll figure something out. I guess the rake is an enemy. If you step on it. But you're not really going to get the opportunity to step on things with all these cars. So maybe I got to lessen those. Maybe I lessen the cars and add something else. That's what my brain's telling me to do. The pelicans are kind of trollish, dude. Alright. Horse wizard? Horses? That's a car, dude. That's just another car. We can't do that. Potholes that break your leg? That's just Michigan, dude. but that is a good idea. Static enemy? Maybe that's what I need. Something that isn't dynamic and moving. I'll figure it out, guys. You don't gotta tell me. Art imitates life. It's true. Yeah, my car didn't break because of potholes or the terrible road or the construction work. It broke my man's hands by little girl's hands. Oh my goodness. Your whale needs a cake. In the game? Is that what you're saying? I need to have a whale with a cake in here. And by cake, you don't mean the slang. You mean something else? Just a cake? That's true. My neck is broken. So yeah, I think that's what we got for progress so far. I'm liking it. It's coming along good. We got a lot more to do. Let's try to get something out by the 23rd, guys, huh? Just keep it real. We got time. I'm gonna go camping for a couple days, and then we'll be back. I need to stream more though, so I'm gonna do this every Sunday. Don't hold me to it though. I'm kind of scatterbrained. I think we can make it work though. All right. Thank you for showing up if you've come out today. Hopefully I didn't waste your time. Love it. Love you. Thank you, Billy. Have a great day. We got stuff to do, but I'm feeling better about it. More stuff to happen. More stuff to do. More fun to have. More jokes to make. Less people pleasing. More doing what I want. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. I guess I can thank anybody that recently was here. Do I even know how to use my programs? Bros supporting bros is true. All the way from Alaska. I feel like yeah, the whale does need cake. Alright, I'm pretty sure I know how to do this. Hold on, guys. I promise. Alright, followers. Okay, so it's been 33 days probably longer since I've done a stream. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to keep in good on it. I don't remember where I was last left off. So we have JD is good, 7374774. Thank you. Looks like JD made another account because he forgot the password to that account. So you have JD is good on PC. So thank you for the double follow, JD. Great. Thank you, Full Metal Venom. Jacob, thank you for following. Billy2 Han Be God. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Billy2 Han Be God. Thank you. I have to respond to your messages, so I'll get back to you shortly. I also have some other ones here. Doyle Official, thank you for following. I did talk to you the other day, too. John the Fair, thank you. Sam Doggin, thank you. We got some other followers here. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you next week. Let's aim for next Sunday. And we'll... what am I going to work on in then? I'm going to finish this old jump off the bridge level here. That's my goal. Or maybe just add more stuff to it. We'll see. Maybe it'll just never end, and it'll just have 10 different types of cars that all have different things in the back of the trunk that you can lift up and pull out. Maybe that's what I'll decide is the best thing for me. Daily stream. I'm not doing a daily stream, dude. That's not happening. Stream your whole life. I don't know, man. I'm not going to do a fish tank live. No. Or the Truman Show. I don't think that would work. That'd be pretty horrible. All right. I think that's it, guys. Have a good day. Wherever you are. Whoever you are. Take it easy. And I'll see you next time. But until then, good luck.